Hey guys, I'm Chris Buck and a very warm welcome to Friday Fretworks. On this week's video, I'm going to be taking a look at undoubtedly my most valuable guitar, and that is my Squier Affinity Telecaster. Now, back in 2002, this cost my parents the princely sum of £129 and came with a PD Rage practice amp, a 15 watt little thing, a lead, a strap, some plectrums, a tuner, and if memory serves, a little chord book as well. And while this obviously isn't the most, kind of valuable guitar in my collection in terms of financial value, it's my first guitar, in case you hadn't guessed, and for that reason alone, just is absolutely irreplaceable. Just so many kind of memories associated with this guitar. My first ever gig was done on this guitar. My first ever chord, I think you can pretty much see the G chord kind of ingrained into the fingerboard. Shows you the amount of cowboy chords that were played on this guitar. My first ever riff, which I think was a James Bond theme tune. Just so many moments, so many school concerts, so many kind of just integral moments in my development as a musician and in my life looking back. I wouldn't be sat here doing what I do now if it wasn't for my parents taking a punt on me and buying me this guitar that I'd incessantly nagged them for a couple of months. I wanted to take lessons in school. I knew a couple of mates who started playing guitar and just thought it was the coolest thing ever, so I was quite willing to give up skateboarding and all the other stuff that was kind of occupying my time at that particular moment in time to try and become a rock star. And here I am still trying. But I remember the day I bought it, actually walking down Cheltenham High Street. The shop where I bought this guitar was a shop that's recently gone, actually, sadly, called A Roundabout Sound. And Mark, the guy who owned it, very kindly switched out the scratch plate from the white one that it ordinarily came with to a blackguard. Now, the reason for this was my old man kind of sold me the idea of getting a Telecaster on the fact that I would look a little bit like Bruce Springsteen or Keith Richards. I remember walking down Cheltenham High Street and seeing a red Strat in a guitar shop window and being very much taken with that. I think the fact that it was red kind of sold me on it, to be honest. But my old man saying, don't get that, everyone else in school will have Stratocasters, well, I can be a little bit different and get a Telecaster. For that reason, that was the reason I went for this starter pack Telecaster. As I said, it's a Squier Affinity, probably made in about 2001, I guess, made in China or made in Indonesia, I'm not entirely sure, but it plays incredibly well. Having dug it out today to do this video, just very, very surprised. I was kind of expecting to struggle with it a little bit, but it feels natural to play. It feels very much, ingrained as a part of me, I guess, after all this time. Sounds great, it's had a couple of little changes here and there, just things that broke on it. I think I remember the switch tip snapped off, so I had to change that. I think the pots maybe had looking at some point as well. They're a little bit crackly now, could do with a little bit of WD-40. There's a couple of things you would change on it if you wanted to actually gig this in this day and age, but for my first guitar, it's just, an incredible little instrument, to be honest. And hopefully the kind of intro clip and the clip that you're going to see on the outro now will just attest to the fact that you don't really need to spend a lot of money on a guitar to get something that's going to inspire you and ultimately sound very, very cool. So, as ever, I've been Chris Buck. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up, would be amazing. And I shall see you next week for another episode of Friday Fretworks. By the way, before I forget, we are going on tour. We, being Buck and Evans, are on tour throughout May, June and July. Do check out the gig listings in the description box below. Cheers, guys. Take care, and I shall see you soon.